Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Ashrafil Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Okay, um, we are going to start our sentences proper because this whole course, if we want to call it a course, yes, is about the sentence structure that you find in the Quran, yeah, which is of course in Arabic, yeah. And we've done the all the words, yes, the different type of words or kalimah that you find, yes, which was the harf, the isim, and the fi'il, yes, as separate subjects. And now we're going to zoom in onto the sentences itself and how we use this different type of words. Okay, all right. But before that, I would like to recap our last session, yeah, because some of you couldn't attend, so I'm recapping that, inshallah. Very fast, this one, yeah, because we have a lot to cover tonight anyway. So I said here harfu jazmin, yeah, harfu jazmin. At the same time, I have here jawazim mudari. Why I've done this is because not only do the hurufs make your mudari lightest, yeah, we also have isims that make your mudari lightest, and in fact we use these isims in conditional sentences where one isim can make two fi'ils lightest, yes, or majzum, meaning the first fi'il is your shart and the second fi'il is the jawab to your shart. Yes, this is what we saw in the last session. So I'm going through again what makes the fi'il mudari lightest, and these are all hurufs. Yes, these are all hurufs. These are particles. Lam, lamma, lam amar. Yes, this is something that you use when you want to give a command to someone who is not there. It's strange, isn't it? But yes, you can do this. Yeah, she should not have done that, something like that, or she should learn, or she should study. She isn't there, but it's still in the form of a command. Okay, la nahiya. Yes, this one else also makes it lightest. This is how we know it's not negation but forbidding because of the lightest. Yeah. So all of these affect only one verb, because there's no condition. There's no condition. Yeah. Lam ya'tu Zaidun. Lam ya'tu Zaidun dars. Yes, in here, Zaid did not write the lesson. Yeah. So this one is actually applying to this one, and it only affects yaktubu. It's become lightest. Yeah, from yaktubu it becomes yaktub. Okay, then I've changed the title here. I've said that words that make present tense lightest, not just halves. Yes, so in this case they affect two. So in this case we are addressing half shart. Okay. Here in case, in affects two verbs. In tuzakir, tanja. Both of them have become lightest. The sukun is the sign. Yeah. Then we have all the isims coming in. This isim meant for things that are human, things that are not human. Yeah. Ma and mahma are not human. And we saw that in the Quran there is mama once. Yes, man and ma, there's a lot. Yes, but you have to be careful that ma is not isim mausul or negation or something else. Yeah, because ma has different types of hats. Then we have aina. Yes, haisuma, anna. These are all isim shots, and they address places. Okay, and here mata, ayana. This is short, but they address time. Okay, so if you want to know more about it, you go back to the notes or the recording for the lessons before this one. Yeah, inshallah. Okay. And finally, the last thing that we did was ayah, which was very special because it's the only isim shart that's mu'rab. Everybody else is mabni. Yeah? They behave something like your fi'il madin, where it is mabni. Yeah, but in this case, sorry, fi'il madin. Any isim that is mabni, yeah, because they always appear as man, ma, mahma, they don't change. Aina, haisuma, anna, mata, ayana, yes, they don't change. They don't become ayani, ayanu. But with I, they do, yeah, they do. So we have three different types of cases here, when it is marfu, when it is mansub, and when it is majrur. Yeah, and this might be something that comes after a half of jar. That's why it's majrur. Illa ay makanin tazhab azhab. Yeah. So ayya kitabin taqra'a aqra'a. Yeah, things like that. Ayyu talibin yazaki yanjah. Yeah. You will see the translations of this in your previous notes. But have you read the notes, Brother Hazim? Have you had a chance?
Not yet, sister.
Not okay. So then I won't ask you for the translation. We leave it at that, and you go back to the notes and see how it goes. Yeah. So other cases of I, um, when it comes with where it comes with a ma. Yes, we've seen this before. This is Zaid. It's not mudaf ilay. Yes, it is something that is additional for another reason. Yeah, it doesn't have an action, usually for emphasis. Usually for emphasis. Whichever two terms I complete, there's no injustice to me. And then we have here, yes, ayyam ma is also additional for some other meaning. And we talked about for rabita. What it does is rabita, it links it to the jawab. You know, there is a shart somewhere. So this is where it says that this is where the jawab is. Yeah. So farabita, al-farabita. Fa is this type of fa is also known as wikaya. Yeah, which shows you where the shart is. Waqi'ah, sorry, wikaya. I always get these two mixed up. Waqi'ah, place. Yeah. Okay. So we said that that you need a fa. You need a fa if the shart itself. Yes, if the shart itself is in response to either a jumla ismiya, something that you use a sentence to ask for something, a dua or something. Yes, when you have a jamid word coming after it, yes, ma coming after it, cut after it, negation after it, and sin and salfa after it, then you have to have a fa. Yeah. So this one too, you have to go back and see what we said about it in the last lesson, inshallah. And then we talk about the different types of lam jawab. Yes, this is, remember those isim sharts, they all make the mudaric majzum. But we have also words that do not make the mudaric majzum, but it has the meaning of condition. Okay, so this is what I'm addressing now. Now words like lao, yes, for example, I give some example here, and they don't change the mudaric if there is a mudaric after it. Yes, sometimes they come with madin. Yes, like this one, they come with madin. So we look at the circumstances. Like mostly madin looks like it. Yeah. And then we have laula. This is also another ghair jazim. We call it something that is ghair jazim. It doesn't make things majzoom. Yes. Examples here as well. And when it is a jawab to a qasam. This also we have done before. Yes. So then we have a lam. Yeah, because it's more for. Okay. So let's start with our ma'tuf. I hope. I don't know whether we can finish this much. We can the harfu atfin, yeah? Usually wa, fa, summa, au, and we have other ones as well, yeah? And this too, you have to go back to your notes. Yeah, we've done this before. This is just to remind you. So, ma'tufun alayh is the word before the harf, yes, and ma'tufun is the word after the harf, and they will always match in i'rab. Yes, they will match in i'rab. Okay, a single sentence may have multiple
Uh,
ma'tufun. Yes,
the screen is stuck.
screen is stuck. It hasn't moved, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
of
Which
see
slide are you on?
Jawab of al-Qasam.
Jawab al-Qasam. Okay. Is anybody else having the same problem? Is this the Shall I go out and come back in, or would you like to try to go out and come back in first,
Let me
brother?
try.
Okay, before I. Do you see the screen changing now? What about now, brother Azim?
Yes,
Is it
yes.
changed? Okay, Alhamdulillah. All right, good. So let me go back. Yeah, we're going to talk about connecting words, and this was our summary, what we've done so far. Yes, and yeah, we're talking about ma'tuf. What is ma'tuf? So there are sentences with more than one ma'tuf. Okay, that means something is following the ma'tuf alayh in terms of i'rab, and we have the word wow, or whichever half atfin that you want to use, depending on the sentence. Yes. Now, in English, the word and is only mentioned once before the ma'tuf, and the other wow are substituted with commas. Yeah, we don't say he went with Mary and Jim and Amina. You know, we don't say that. We just say he went with Mary, Jim, Amina, and Amina. Yeah, that's how we would write it in English. But in Arabic, we will put the wa. Yeah, we will put the la. Yeah, so in this case, we're looking at one ma'tuf alayh only. Yeah, let's see some examples after a bit more that you need to know. Okay, here. So we have here Zaidun, Khalid, and Ahmad. Okay, so all of them are rafa, marfu. Yes, Ja'a is your fi'il, and these are your fa'il. Yes, we have a whole lot of fa'il. So how we would write tarkib, because we are addressing tarkib, not so much i'rab, because as I said, the sessions here are meant for a sentence structure. Yeah? Tarkib is structure. It's not i'rab. Okay, so that's a bit different, slightly different. Yep. So we have fi'lun, ja'a, this is the madin. And then we have the fa'il. We have a whole load of files. Zaid, Khalid, and Ahmad. Yeah. Then we have wow and wow, which the first wow is a comma rather than the translation. Okay, this is how we do it with English. So here's your ma'tufun alayh. So there's one ma'tufun alayh, and it's followed by this ma'tuf and this ma'tuf, and we have your halves. Okay, so this is basically what I mean by multiple ma'tufun. I know this is very basic, but sometimes you need to have this clear in your mind, because when the sentence get more and more complex, you really need to know what's going on. Yeah, you really need to understand what is going on. Okay. Um, how many of you are able to participate in the exercise? Just Brother Hazim alone, is it? So it might not be fair on you, but let's try. I just do this one slide, and maybe the rest we can do it for homework. Okay, is that okay, Brother Azim? Can you manage one slide? There are 3 questions on this slide. Are you
Okay,
okay?
sister.
All right. Okay, it's not too difficult. have a glass of water beside you. That's what I normally need when I do this. So this is ja'ala. You know that ja'ala is to make. Yes, to make, but this is past tense. So ja'ala, your fa'il is Allah. And then you have Ibrahim wa Ismaila wa Ishaqa. Yes. So these are your maf'ul bihi. Yes, these are your maf'ul bihi. And anbiya'a is something we call maf'ul bihi sanin, the second maf'ul bihi. Yes. So how would you translate this sentence? Bearing in mind, in English, we don't have to say and too many times. We just say and in this case, perhaps once, the last one. Yeah, this one we can, the rest we can put a comma. Yeah. All right. How would you do this?
Allah created
Oh,
Ibrahim,
Ismail.
Ismail, Ishaq, uh, uh,
Anbiya is the plural for prophet.
or prophet, right? And prophets, not
Oh,
and prophet. Oh,
oh,
as a prophet.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, that will do. What I have here is I used made, yeah, because yes, of course, Allah created them, but He made them prophets. Yes, yeah, made Ibrahim, Ismail, and Isaac prophets. Okay, then we have this second sentence, Al-Quranu, yeah, Hudan wa rahmatun wa mau'izatun. Wa mau'izatun. Mau'izatun is like well, it's like a guide as well, but it's more on the actual things like instructions. Okay, so if you want to translate this, you can translate this as instructions. Okay, so Al-Quranu hudan wa rahmatun wa mau'izatun. Yeah, this looks like it is mansub, but it is not. Yes, it is actually rafa. So this is actually mubtada with lots of habar. Yeah. So how would we well, actually, it has one habar, but that one habar is made up of your ma'tuf alayh and your ma'tuf and your ma'tuf. Okay, so how would we translate this?
Al-Quran is a guidance
Mm-hmm.
and mercy
Mm-hmm. And
and and
instruction. Yeah.
instruction.
Always, yeah. So here, the Quran is guidance, mercy, and instruction. This is something we have to appreciate about the Quran. Yes, it's out of His mercy that He gave us this guidance. Yeah, otherwise we wouldn't have it, and we lost, and we wouldn't know what to do. Now, this is slightly different. The next exercise is slightly different because I'm going to give you the English, and you're going to try and do the Arabic. Yeah, you're going to try to do the Arabic. So you can base it on this one because it's very similar in structure. So Allah made the night, the day, the sun, the moon, signs. The plural for ayah is ayat, ayatun, ayatin, depending on what you think the Arab, the status of this word is. Okay, so if you look at this structure, it's very similar because Ja'ala is there, Allah is there. So what about the rest? Let's test your vocabulary tonight.
Ja'alallahu
Mhm.
al al-layla
Yes, good.
wan-nahara
Oh, yes, good.
wasyamsa
Well, Shamsa, yes.
wal-qamara
Well, Kamara. And last, same as Ayatin.
ayatin.
Excellent. Very good tonight. Okay, you can rest now. I'm going to skip the other exercises and give the rest the homework, inshallah. Okay, because Brother Hadith did all the hard work during this session, inshallah. Okay, I'll just do the theory now. Okay, now, the separated ma'tufun alayh and ma'tufun. Now, what's this all about? So, when the ma'tufun alayh and ma'tufun are separated by another part of the sentence, it may not be possible to place them under one tarkib slot. Okay, now remember, we're talking about structure, we're not talking about i'rab. Yeah, it's easier actually with tarkib. Okay, so we have something here in front. Nasara, you know this is Madi. Ahmadu is of course your fa'il. Fatimata and Usmanu. Okay, interesting. This is a Dhamma. So this must be a fa'il too. But here's a fa'il and here's a fa'il, and they are separated by la. And you have your maf'ul bihi. So you see, this is what we mean by the separated ma'tufun alayh and ma'tuf. Yeah, so the ma'tuf, the ma'tufun alayh is here, and this is your ma'tufun, but both are in the slot of fa'il. Okay, so that's why we can say Ahmad when we do the English, not Osman, yes, helped Fatima. Okay, or another way of saying this, if it's difficult to understand that, it was Ahmad who helped Fatima, not Osman. But you know this is Jumlah Fi'iliyah, so that's why it's preferable to do this. Yes, but here the fa'il is not after the verb as per the norm. No, when we, well, actually in English it's always in this form, isn't it? That the subject is always before the verb, even in their form of what we call jumlah fi'iliyah. Yeah, but in our jumlah fi'iliyah, the fa'il will come after the verb. Yeah, only in English it follows like as if it is jumlah ismiyah. Yeah, where you have the subject before the whatever it is. In this case, verb, or in the case of jumlah ismiyah, the habar. So here is what we mean when the ma'tufun alayh is separated from the ma'tuf. So both of these are your ma'tufun alayh, and it's separated from your both of these. This is your, I'm sorry, I might confuse you here. There is only one ma'tufun alayh in this sentences as well, which is Ahmad. Your ma'tufun alayh is Osman. Yes, then your maf'ul bihi is Fatima. Okay, but here we are saying that because in the Arabic sentence, not in the English translation, yes, we see that both the ma'tuf alayh and the ma'tufun is separated by Fatima and La. Okay, but they have the same slot. So when we do the tarkib, we have the fi'lun, we have fa'il, and we write dot 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 because this is dot 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 also fa'il, because this fa'il, remember the slot that we did earlier on this one? Yes, just like this one, we have a fa'il, but we have like 1, 2, 3 of them, but they were together. There was nothing separating them. In this case, we have the same situation. However, oops, sorry, wrong slide. Where are we? Yes. However, you have Fatima and La between them. Yeah, that's the difference between the first slide and this slide here. So fi'il, fa'il, fa'il, and then maf'ul bihi. But when we translate, it's your ma'tuf alayh, ma'tuf, and your maf'ul bihi. Yes. Okay. Remember, this is we don't really use ma'tufun alayh when we do i'rab. Yeah. But and this one explains more about the word than the function of the word in the sentence. This is more function. This is more like explaining the word itself. Yeah. Okay, we are not going to do exercises again, but we'll have that for homework. Now, we have something called the intertwined ma'tuf alayh and ma'tuf. Oh, wow, what's this? Why do we say intertwined ma'tufun alayh and ma'tuf? So, ma'tuf alayh again is the first thing. Yes, the first thing. And then what follows it is your ma'tuf. Ma'tufun alayh can occupy the slot of a fa'il. It can occupy the slot of a maf'ul. Okay, can do either. Because remember, this is just describing the word itself, not the slot in the sentence. Okay, so what is intertwined here? What is intertwined here? Allah made Muhammad a prophet, one sentence. Allah made Islam a religion. Okay, Allah made Muhammad a prophet. Allah made Islam a religion. So we have two maf'ul bihi awal and two maf'ul bihi sanin. Okay, got that? Any questions there? No. Okay. Yeah, so we have Muhammadan, and that's the first one, and al-Islam. And this is your maf'ul bihi sani. Yeah, Nabiyan, Nabiyan, and Dinan. And this is the normal fi'il fa'il. Okay, so this is what we mean by intertwine. Now, in this case, you can have more than two matuf alayh. Yeah, like in this case, yeah, Muhammadan and Nabiyan. Did I say something different from this slide just now, Brother Hazim?
No.
No, okay, good. Okay, Alhamdulillah. So no exercise today. Let's go to the next one. Okay, now the difference between these two, okay, ma'tufun and maf'ulun bihi sanin. Is there a confusion? Is there something here we should be confused about? Okay, let's see. So this is our normal sentence, okay? The teacher taught Zaid. Okay, so who's the fa'il? The teacher. What's he doing? The fi'il is teaching. And who is he teaching? Zaid. And Zaid is here, the maf'ul bihi. Yeah. So we would say, Allamal muallimu Zaidan. Yeah. Allamal muallimu Zaidan. Then we can also have something like this. The teacher taught Zaid and Khalid. So that means the teacher taught Zaid, the teacher taught Khalid. Same slot, maf'ul bihi slot. Yeah. So fi'il, fa'il. Allama al-muallimu Zaidan wa Khalidan. Notice, same era. Both are mansub. And then we have a third one. The teacher taught Zaid the Quran. Oh. So, Allamal muallimu Zaidan al-Qur'ana. Both mansub. But in this case, there is no atfin in between. Yeah, there is no half ataf in between. So this is, which one is the maf'ul bihi sani? This is of course your maf'ul bihi sani, and this is your ma'tufun. But why some might get confused is because both are mansub. Both are mansub, yeah? And there are cases where you don't have half ataf, but sometimes it's considered as ataf. We will have a look at that later. Okay, the tarkib difference. Here in the case we have the maf'ul bihi sani, And we have the ma'tufun alayhi, ma'tufun. I think you're very clear about this. Yes, we are clear about this. No adfin. And here we do have, yes, your harfu adfin is here. So this whole slot for maf'ul bihi is occupied by the two of them, one following the other. Fi'il fa'il remains the same. Okay, no more exercises. We will go on to the next one. Now we have something about the second habarun and the second na'tun. Just now we had maf'ul bihi sanin. That is the second maf'ul bihi. Okay, so we also have things called second habar and second na'tun. Yeah, na'tun can be more than two. Okay, one mubtada or isim of kana, because this is something else that is also marfu, can have two habarun without a harfu atfin between them. Okay, yeah. The second habarun is called habarun sanin, just like maf'ul bihi sanin. And in Arabic, the word and is not mentioned between multiple habar. Oh, just now we were looking at English. Okay, but now the word wow is not mentioned between multiple habar. Yep, so this is something we need to talk. But it can be added in the English translation. Okay, so where do we see this? Habarun sani. This. Yeah. Inna Allaha la'alimun halimun. Notice inna comes with a lam. Automatically, this lam is lam muzahlaka. Remember the sliding lam. Lam muzahlaka. So inna Allaha la'alimun halimun. Indeed, Allah is all-knowing and forbearing. Yes? So this is where the translation, the N comes in, even though we don't see an arfin. Okay? In the case of muttaba, habar. Yeah? Not so. So all we can just say, indeed, Allah is all-knowing, forbearing. Okay? So this has, in a way, nothing to do with arfin. But sometimes you see this translation, even though there is no waw, and it is not a case of ma'tufun alay. Yeah, it's a case of ismu, in this case, an ism inna that has two habas. Yeah, even though you see the word en there. Okay, there is no atfin involved. So na'tun sani, same thing. Difference is instead of the muqtada or the isim kana, we have an man'ut. Yeah, an man'ut or mansuf. Mausuf. One man'ut or one mausuf can have two na'tun or two sifas without a harfu atfin between them. Okay, and this second na'tun is called na'tun sani. Okay, here we go again. We can have it without the n and we can translate it with the n. And here's the tarkib. Ya'budun nasu Allah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yeah. So Rahmana Rahima. So maf'ulun bihi. So here's man'ut. You have the first na'tun and the second na'tun. It cannot be mausuf and sifah here. Yeah, both are adjectives. So the adjective cannot be a mausuf. This adjective cannot be the mausuf to this adjective. Okay, this mausuf cannot be an adjective to this mausuf. No, sorry. sorry, subhanallah. I will say this again. Well, the terminology is getting to me tonight. Yes, so in this case, how shall I say this? This na'tun cannot be mausuf to this na'tun. Yeah, so it has both are both na'tun, and actually the mausuf is Allah. Yeah, Although they are side by side, like we normally see mausuf and sifa, they cannot be mausuf and sifa. Why? Because both are adjectives, both are sifas. So that's why it has to go back to a mausuf. Yeah, so that's why we have naqtun sani alhamdulillah. Now, another issue here. MashaAllah. Good day today. Maf'ulun ma'ahu. Maf'ulun ma'ahu. Yes? So what is a maf'ulun ma'ah? Do you remember you did this some time back, a long while ago? Maybe. This is a note aside, yeah, just to remind you. The maf'ulat are 5. There is 5. Yeah, there are 5 maf'uls. Maf'ul bihi, maf'ul mutlaq, maf'ul lahu, maf'ul ma'ahu, maf'ul fihi. Yes, so these are the 5. Yeah, and the ha here is referring to the action that is being done. Yes, maf'ul bihi. This ha describes the action. This is replacing the action. Yeah, whatever it is that they did, it is what they did. Okay, so this is also it is what they did. Okay, so maf'ul bihi, you know, answers the question of whom or what. Yes, here lahu answers the question why you did the action. Yes, today we're going to have a look at ma'ahu. What's this all about? And there's fihi, you know, an action in which a time or place is done. Yeah, an action in which, a place or time in which an action is done. Then we have maf'ul mutlaq. Remember maf'ul mutlaq? Maf'ul mutlaq is to show the intensity of the action. Yeah, we want to show the intensity of the action. And why do we want to intensify the action? For 3 main reasons. Okay, why do we want to intensify the action? First, the obvious reason, to emphasize. That's why you intensify the action. Yes, so it will be right. Daraba darban. Yeah, he really hit the person. To emphasize how hard he hit the person, perhaps. Then the second reason is it clarifies why you're doing this action so intense. I'm sorry, not why. It clarifies the type of action that you're doing. Okay, for example, you're loving someone and you love that someone so much, but the maf'ul mutlaq here now comes in to clarify that maybe you love this person intensely as your brother. Yeah, as your brother, you know, not someone in the romantic sense, but you love him as a brother, or maybe you love him because he's your prophet. Yes, so this is what I mean by clarifying the type of intense action. You know, that love is what sort of love. Okay, what sort of love is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's what we mean by clarifying the type. And the third reason why you would intensify the action by using a maf'ul mutlaq is to show the number of times. You know, they have to be whipped 80 times or lashed 80 times, for example. Yeah. Or maybe he did something twice instead of the usual one time, he did it twice. So you want to have that repeated. Yeah. So that is maf'ul mutlaq. So yeah, we are going back to this maf'ul ma'ah. Maf'ul ma'ah. So what is this all about? Sorry, I'm choosing the wrong slides. I'm still choosing the wrong slides. How come? I'm clicking the right thing, but it's appearing as something else. Okay, here we go. So here's the Arabic for it. Yes. Huwa ismu fadlatin waqa'a ba'da waw bima'nan ma'a with وهذه الواو وقد سبقت بجملة. Yeah, وقد سبقت بجملة. So what is this saying? It's saying it's a fadlah noun which occurs after a waw with the meaning بمعنى of with, and this waw is preceded by a sentence. Yeah, it's preceded by a sentence. This should be light because this is bima'ana. Yeah, this is jawa majrur, so this should be light. Okay. Fadlah. What does fadlah mean? Fadlah means that it is not an arkan. It's not a rukun. It's not a pillar of the sentence. What do I mean by that? If I take away the word, yeah, this maf'ul ma'ah, the sentence will still make sense. Okay, so the maf'ul ma'ah is just to give more detail. Yeah, of course you lose information if you drop it. You will lose information if you drop it, but the sentence grammatically is still intact. Okay, so this is when we say it is an isim fadlah. It's a noun that you can drop, and the sentence will still remain grammatically correct. Okay, but you will lose information, of course, yeah, because it's there for a reason. It shows the person or thing with which the action took place. This is with which. Keyword here is with which, ma'a. Yeah. It is always in the state of mansub because it's maf'ul. Maf'uls are all mansub. I like the ma'tuf. Yeah, the ma'tuf can be in any three states depending on your ma'tufun alayh. Yeah. So it will follow the i'rab of your ma'tufun alayh. That's why it's called it's one of the tawabi. Now it carries out the action together with the subject. Maf'ulun ma'ah. The action together with the subject. Now with ma'tufun, like the word wow, for example, yeah, it gives you the option of something being done together, something being done after the other, something being done after the other after some time. Yeah, so that's where the depends on what type of half atfin that you use. Yeah, remember wow, fa, and summa, and the differences between the three. Yeah, but with maf'ulun ma'ahu, yeah, this wow means it's done at the same time. Yeah, it's done at the same time. So we'll see some examples. Okay, how do we see or to recognize this? Okay, I have one here, another here, and another here. Dan, din, dun. No rocket science. We said it is mansub, right? So this is your maf'ul ma'ah. Yeah, the rest are not. Okay, the rest are not. So this is the one. Zaid came with Muhammad. So the action of coming was together with Muhammad. Here, although the meaning is same, yeah, we translate it the same way. Ma'ah is Muhammadin is not your maf'ul dun ma'ah. Yeah, this is jawa majrur. So this is muta'alliq to ja'a. Okay. How did Zaid come? The information is he came with Muhammad. Yeah. So here, as you know, the ma'tuf will follow the ma'tuf alayh in terms of i'rab. Yeah. Ja'a Zaidun wa Muhammadun. This is similar in appearance because it's wa, but when you look at what comes after it, the maf'ul is, the maf'ul, the word is not mansub, so it cannot be ma'ah. Yeah, it cannot be ma'ah. So Zaid and Muhammad came when we translate it. So just be careful there. Yeah, but this is quite clear cut, I think. Yeah, as long as it's mansub and there's an atfin or something that look it is Zaid came with Muhammad. So I just want to touch on i'rab because I feel it's important to know. Okay, this is something I need you to get your mind around it. Okay, you've got to get your mind around it because we're looking at Arabic, and Arabic is different from English. Yes, so sometimes it's worded in such a way that that doesn't make sense. Istawa, istawal ma'u wal hashabata. Wal hashabata. Okay. Hashabata is like a piece of wood. Okay, hashaba. Ma'a, is water. Istawa is to make same, to make level, to make smooth. Yeah? It's used in many ways. But in this case, it's a level. Yeah, it's level. So the water level became level with the piece of wood. Okay, so if you can imagine, maybe the piece of wood is by the side of a river or by the sea, by the beach or something like that. And when the water was, when the tide was set, how do you say? In Malay, we call it surut. When the tide goes down, right? The wood is on the on the on the beach. But when the tide comes up and the seawater comes to the same level as the wood will start floating. Yeah, so this is basically what it's saying. And how they describe all that with so many words in English, the Arabs just put wa, and then we have the maf'ul ma'ah. Yeah, we put this mansub and automatically this comes into mind. This should come into your mind. Then we have something like this. Sara Zaidun Washati'a. Washati'a. Yeah. So Shati'a. Now this is mansub. And this actually, this word is quite a peculiar word. I was looking up. The root letters are Shin, Ta, and Hamza. Yeah. But it's what we call a jamid word, if I can say. That means it was not derived from a fi'il. Yeah, it's like the word television in Arabic. It came from the English word television, and that's an isim. Okay, but from that isim, you can derive a fi'il. Yeah, so in some grammatical definition, when you take a word, when you are able to create a fi'il or a verb from a noun, that noun is termed as jamid. Yeah, but there are some grammatical words that say a jamid word is by itself. It is not derived and nothing can be derived from it. Yeah, so there are two definitions. But for this, in this case, we will call it jamid, yeah, because it didn't come from any verb, but now there is a verb because it was in existence. Yeah, so now there is a verb that means to walk by the beach. Shata, shata, but it came from this word. So this is one of those things that takes a bit of getting used to, but it's like the word email. When we use in English the word email, right? Email is actually electronic mail, yeah? But now email has become a verb as well. Can you email me the note? Yeah, so this is one of those cases. So now, Sarah Zaidun Washati. Of course, the beach did not walk with Zaid, yeah? The meaning here is Zaid walked along the beach. So we need to be careful of this. When you see something like wow with something with maf'ul that is nasab, it might be a maf'ul ma'ah, and then the translation is no longer end. Yeah, the translation is no longer end. So here is your i'rab. Yeah. Hmm. Straightforward. Yes, harful mabniun, a half that is mabni, and it's mabni on fatha. Yes, because of wa. Yeah, and la mahala lahu min al i'rab, and the maf'ul bihi is of course mansub with the alamat of nasab being shown by also fatha. Now, do we see in the Quran? Alhamdulillah, yes we do, but the problem with it is that sometimes there are ways going around it and it can be thought of as something else. Okay, so what do I mean by this? So we have here from Surah Yunus. We have here from Surah Yunus. Okay, we have about uh, three more slides here, inshallah. So here, فَاجْمِعُوا أَمْرَكُمْ وَشُرَكَاءَكُمْ وَشُرَكَاءَكُمْ. Yeah, so this is mansub. Here is your wow. Okay. So there is this possibility that this is shuraka'a is your ma'umah. Yeah, and this is ma'iyah. So yes, resolve upon your plan with your associates. If I remember correctly, if I'm not mistaken, this is Nabi Nuh or something, because he's been preaching to his people for a long, long time. Yeah, so he said that, I mean, if you're really fed up with me and my preaching, yeah, then go ahead, come at him, but do it with whoever, these people that you are claiming to be, if I'm not mistaken, God as well. Yeah, with your associates here in this case. If I'm wrong, please correct me, inshallah, the next lesson. Yep. So fajmi'u amrakum wa shuraka'akum. So resolve upon your plan with your associates. Yes. So here again we have the same i'rab, but it can also be thought of in another way. Yeah, it can also be thought of in another way, and that this wow is atfin, not ma'iyah, but atfin. So the grammarian says it's also possible, it's allowed to treat this as atfin with a fi'il that's not there. And that is the fi'il that's making this mansub. Yeah, not the fa'ajmi'u. Here's atifa. And mafu bihi mansub is your shuraka'akum. But it's for a male that is mubha, that's hidden. Yeah, and this is wadu'u shuraka'akum. Yeah, so when you translate it, so resolve upon your plan and call upon. This is your associates. Yeah, so whenever you see this, there is this other option that you can do with it. So sometimes you can't strictly call this is ma'iyah and that's it, and this is maf'ul ma'ahu. Yeah, so no hard and fasting, but we can treat it as this, and this is the classic example for maf'ulun ma'ah. Oh yeah, we saw this already. So finally, we get to talk about connecting sentences, not words. Yeah, but these are simple examples. Okay, but this simple example is here to demonstrate or to illustrate what is going on. But you can build on this, as long as the important thing is to understand the concept. Yeah, or the concept behind it. Once you grasp that concept, you can start building big long sentences. Okay, so no an issue. So we know this. 2 sentences. Is it really? I don't see 2. Yes, there are 2 sentences. Ja'a Zaidun, Zahaba, Amr. Yeah. So we join this with wa. Zaid came and Amar went. Yeah, Zaid came and Amar went. Obviously, they're not friends. Yeah. So you see the i'rab, and you see that. Now, in Arabic, we can start sentences with N. English, they don't like that. Yeah, but in Arabic, we can. Here we are. And Musa said, this is another ball game. We will address this later. Okay. Some notes I want you to take note of. Now, if the subject of the second sentence is the same as the first, it may not be repeated, okay? It may not be repeated. There can be a hidden fa'il in the second verb, okay? Like in this case, like we saw just now. Jaha Muhammadun summa zahaba. Muhammad came and he left. Amma left. Yeah, basically Amma left. So we have here fi'il fa'il, the half, summa. Yes, the summa is like some delay, but he left. Yeah, zahaba. And then we have another case. This one talking about maf'ul fihi. Yes, the time or place in which an action is done. The maf'ul fihi of the first sentence may also apply to the meaning of the second sentence. What does this mean? Here, al-yawma, this is your maf'ul fihi, today. Hadara Muhammadun wa ghaba Ahmad. Yeah, so Muhammad was present, but Ahmad was absent. Ghaba. Ghaba. Yeah, so today Muhammad was present and Ahmad was absent. So although this belongs technically to the first sentence, because of the waw, yeah, well, because of the atfin, it will also apply to Ahmad. Yeah, because we can say it this way. Today Muhammad was present. Today Ahmad was present. Yeah, we can do that. That's the nice thing about atfin. And then I am here. I'm just repeating what I've just said. And cases of fa, we saw waw, summa, now fa. This is immediate because the effect is there. You can see the effect of the first action, okay, of the first sentence, sorry. The particle fa can show that the first sentence is the cause of the second. Yeah, so then we can translate it as so. So here, قَدْ جَاءَ رَمَضَانُ فَيَصُومُ الْمُسْلِمُونَ. Ramadan has come, so the Muslims are fasting. Yeah, so simple sentences like this, but what is important is to understand the concept. Yeah, what was the first concept just now? Here, yeah, you can actually, the second sentence doesn't have to have the doer mentioned because it's understood that he left. Amma left, yeah, because we saw him left. Sometimes it's like this, and you see this. And then when you see in the Quran, you know, sometimes the grammarians will make not to say a guess, they ijtihad. That means they do effort to find out, you know, who is the hidden doer in the second fa'il. I think when we do the Irab and stuff of Surah Yasin, we've come across this as well. Yeah. And then of course again, time, it applies to both, even though it's separated by the atfin or joined by the atfin. Yeah, and of course here we can also translate it as so or then. Yeah, something like that. But technically, it's the joining of two sentences. Ramadan came, the Muslims fasted. Yeah, okay. All right, alhamdulillah. So we've come to the end of our session. It's nice to be back after our long break. And I hope you get better soon, Brother Hazim, inshallah. Okay. Okay then. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Nash'adu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jazakallah khairan katsir.
Amin wa iyyakum.